7 years in, our life sat in tidy boxes, mortgage on time, vacations planned, a playlist that knew our Sundays better than we did. Emma and I were the couple people pointed to when they needed proof marriage could be easier at. Least look that way. If there were cracks, I didn't see them. I wasn't looking. The first sound of breaking was a phone notification at 10:43 p.m. I was on the couch, scrolling on autopilot, when a mutual friend's story popped up from a birthday party I hadn't heard about. I tapped, barely curious, and there she was, Emma, caught in the sweep of the camera. I know her laugh like I know my own name, bright at first, then a quiet exhale. She stood very close to a guy I didn't recognize, not just party close. Close like people who don't have to think about being close. Angles lie, videos lie. Jealousy lies. I watched again. The guy leaned in. Emma's hand settled on his forearm the way it rests on mine when she wants to say something without words. It was nothing. I told the ceiling, parties are loud, people stand near people. Maybe I wasn't invited because it was work friends, or last minute, or because I'm reading into pixels. I set the phone face down like it was leaking into the room. The house kept humming dishwasher, street noise, the tick of the thermostat. I tried a joke for the morning. Since when are you famous enough to party without your manager? Funny, casual. Not a man with a knot behind his ribs. Under the joke, the knot tightened. On the third watch I saw too much. The tilt of her shoulders toward him, the way his head tracked only her, the soft smile she wears when she's being seen. 7 years flashed, moving boxes, sick days, burnt dinners, the broken mug I replaced because it mattered to her. This mattered to me, and I hated that it did. I didn't sleep. I rehearsed versions of the calm talk, a few of the messy one. By dawn I had the truths. The video existed. And so did the feeling it left behind. I could let it rot me from the inside, or I could ask. When Emma walked through the door tonight, I would ask, not accuse, not guess, just ask, and finally see what had started to change without me noticing. Emma came home that evening humming softly, the same way she always did after a good day. She kissed me on the cheek, set her bag down, and started unpacking groceries like nothing in the world was wrong. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely hear the rustle of paper bags. I didn't want to ruin the normalcy, but the video sat between us like a third person in the room. Hey, I said, trying to keep my voice steady, mind looking at something. I pulled out my phone, opened the clip, and pressed play. Her smile faltered halfway through. By the time the camera swept past her and the stranger, she wasn't looking at the screen anymore, she was looking at me. Where did you get this? She asked. Too quickly. From Mark's story. Funny. I didn't know you were at that party. She blinked, her mouth opening like she might explain, then closing again. A half second of hesitation told me more than words could. It was just a last-minute thing, she said, reaching for a grocery bag she didn't need to touch. I stepped closer. Who was he? Her fingers froze on the paper. Nobody, just a friend. The word friend hit like a slap. My chest tightened, not from surprise but from confirmation. Emma, I'm not stupid. You weren't just standing next to him. Something in her expression shifted like she was weighing whether to fight or surrender. Her jaw set, eyes darting, to the phone still in my hand. It's not what it looks like, she whispered, but her voice lacked conviction. I leaned on the counter, close enough to smell her perfume. The same scent she wore on our anniversary last month. Then tell me what it is. She took a step back. I could see her working through the options in her mind. Lie, deflect, or tell me the truth. My pulse thudded in my ears, waiting for whichever version she'd choose. Do you really want to? No, she asked finally, her tone heavy, almost resigned. I wouldn't ask if I didn't. Her eyes glistened. Then sit down, because if I tell you, you're not going to see me the same way again. We didn't sit. We just stood there, two people in the same kitchen but on different planets. Emma's hands trembled as she pressed her palms against the counter, like it was the only thing holding her up. His name's Jason, she said finally, the syllables dragging out of her like they weighed something. We met a few months ago. At first it was just talking coffee after work, sharing stuff I didn't think mattered. I laughed, but it came out sharp and ugly. Stuff you didn't think mattered. Like what? Like our marriage. Her eyes shut tight. I didn't mean for it to evolve. It wasn't supposed to be anything more. My pulse felt like it was in my throat. But it was. Don't sugarcoat it. You were with him, weren't you? She nodded once. So small I almost missed it. Yes. The word landed like a brick. I stared at her, trying to reconcile the woman in front of me with the one who danced in our living room barefoot last Christmas. Every laugh, every kiss, every quiet Sunday morning suddenly felt counterfeit. Why, Emma, why would you do this? Her voice broke. Because I was lonely. You've been so distracted lately. Work. Your projects. Your phone? Jason listened. He looked at me like I mattered. The unfairness of it burned. So instead of telling me, you went to him? And what hoped I'd never find out? Tears streaked down her face. I thought I could stop before it went too far, too far. I snapped. Do you hear yourself? You've been lying to me for months. Silence welled between us, heavy and choking. I could see her searching my face for some sign I might forgive her, some crack in the wall I was frantically building around myself. But all I could think was how fast trust can turn to rubble. I stepped back, away from her, because I couldn't stand the smell of her perfume anymore. You just broke something we can't fix, I said quietly, surprising myself with the steadiness in my voice. And I don't know if I'll ever see you as my wife again. Asterisk. She moved toward me, desperate, tears sliding down her cheeks. Please, just listen. I never wanted to hurt you. I thought it would end before it became anything serious. I almost laughed again, but my voice came out cold. And, Emma, you let it live. You fed it every time you met him. Every lie you told me. She shook her head violently. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. I cut in. You didn't just cheat. You built a second life and let me believe ours was enough. Her sobs grew louder. I love you. I made a mistake. Please, let's fix this. We can go to counseling. We can. I held up a hand. Stop. The word froze her. And for the first time that night, I realized the power had shifted. I wasn't the one begging for answers anymore. She was begging for a chance. But the more she pleaded, the more I felt something hollowing out inside me. I thought about all the nights she came home late, the sudden distance, the times she'd smiled at me but wasn't really there. It wasn't my imagination. It was months of lies dressed up as love. I can't do this, I said finally. You crossed a line we can't walk back from. Her eyes went wide, fear replacing guilt. What are you saying? I'm saying you need to pack a bag. Her breath caught. And for a moment she looked like she might collapse. But I didn't move to catch her. I just stepped aside, letting the words hang heavy between us. She stood there in silence, her face crumbling as she realized I meant it. And for the first time since I saw that video, I felt in control, numb, but certain.